Hi guys, Scott here from Bay City Marine up in Hervey Bay. We just brought out the next one of our series. This is the YF76 Helm system, which we're again, bow thruster in the front. Same system where we've got the joystick control up in the top. We've paired this one with the 300 digital steer. This one's a little bit different. It's got the bolt-on DES and it's got the DEC control box. So basically, we're going to go through this boat. We're going to put them on the water here in a minute. As you can see, here's all the controls. This is the slightly different DES system to the DEC. This one, we got the 1 kilowatt transducer. We made our custom splash guard because we find with these 1 kilowatts, if we don't do that, we end up with a whole heap of spray going over the motors and ingesting through the air intakes. So we like to do that, and we custom made them. Again, we're running the 2 transducers in these. Same sort of setup as what some of our other boats. We seem to be the twin 16s. We've got the joystick control up in the top. We're going to get them both on the water here in a minute, guys. As you can see, it's a pretty awesome day. We've got the YF70, we've got the 76, both with the bow thrusters, both with the Helm systems. Let's go and put them side by side. We're down here at our local ramp today, about to put in the first of our YF70 extended cabs. This is the first one of this we've done. We've done a couple of the 76s. We're really excited to see how this boat goes. We think it's going to be awesome. What is Master Series that Bay City Marine do? So Master Series is basically we take the Vetus bow thruster, we integrate it into the bow of the hull. As you can see, we've cut all that in. We then pair that into the Helm system by Yamaha, and you can sort of see the joystick control up the top there. Now the positioning of the joystick is put in a way so that when you're standing in the boat, which I'll show you shortly, you can come out, you can have a look out the port side window, you can have a look out the starboard side window, you can have a good look around the entire boat when you are using it for docking, which it's phenomenal for. Where we find the boat really sets its own is you can come to your fish point, you can pick up your spot, you can come up to a bommy, you can come to a bit of a fish mark. You don't have to worry about anchoring, you don't have to run through, come through the hatch, you don't have to worry about utilising electric motors. What you can do is basically just press the button, which is fish point, it'll hold the boat. What we've found in the past is that with fish point, with only the motor by itself, there's no way to control the bow of the boat. So the engine's at the back, there's nothing stopping the bow of the boat, and we're finding the bow of the boat's getting pulled around, and therefore the wind and the weather's coming in from the backside of the boat. As soon as we put that bow thruster in, what we've found is it's holding the front of the boat into the wind, utilising the cabin, utilising the current. So all of our baits, all of our fishing are going out of the back of the boat where you would normally be in a more traditional anchoring type of situation. We're really excited to get this boat on the water. Righto, so we're out here, you can see in the background here, we've got the 7.6. It's sitting at the moment there on fish point. You can see the engine's engaging and disengaging, just holding itself in and out of gear. You can also see occasionally the thruster coming on. So basically what it's doing is it's holding that boat in the direction that we've set. The thruster's controlling the bow of the boat and the engine coming in and out. I mentioned earlier, we've estimated we've knocked back the gear shift positioning somewhere around 60 to 70%. Because what was happening in the past, we're finding the motor was trying to control the front of the boat. So it was constantly steering and putting it in and out of gear, trying to hold that bow into the weather and into the breeze. So it's a beautiful day out here today. It's only blowing about 5 to 6 knots. But as you can see, we're actually holding ourselves directly into the little bit of wind that we've got here. And we've tuned that boat to hold ourselves at 1.5 meters of the position that we've set. So both of these boats are currently set on fish point. We're in the 7, they're in the 7.6, and you can see we're not actually moving very far away from each other. We're holding ourselves in a pretty good spot here. And they'd be quite capable of sitting here and just fishing on this spot really easily. So you can see what a great system. Both boats are working superbly, getting ready to hand them over to their new owners. Righto guys, we've just been out for our water test. We've had the YF70 and the 76 out on the water. Both boats have performed flawlessly. Myself and the team, we're just talking about how awesome it is to come up with an idea, a concept, something that's basically hasn't been done before, and make it work. So let me tell you a little bit about why we think this is such a cool idea and what we just proved, or what we have proven with this package, and why it works so well. One of the questions that we get asked all the time with this boat is, why put a bow thruster? You know, you get the guy saying, oh, if you can't drive a boat and you can't park it, you shouldn't have one. You get all of those comments. Accept that and agree to a certain degree. It's not about parking. It's not about that. What it does do is it makes it really easy. And can I tell you, we've got a lot of functions, a lot of things in our lives that make life easier for us. If it does that, why not take advantage of it? But for me, what sets this apart and what it really does exceptionally well is with the standard Helmmaster system, because you've got the motor on the back, this is the pivot point. There's nothing controlling the bow of the boat. So when you're fishing, the only thing that it can do is hold the motor against the weather. So the weather's coming in this direction at the back of the boat. The front of the boat is basically just flailing in the wind. What we do is we control the bow of the boat. So we're actually pushing the boat and the front of the boat into the weather. The bow thruster is controlling and stopping the nose of the boat spinning around. So if you come and look, what we're using the motor for is basically that forward and aft propulsion. We're not using it to control the bow of the boat. We're using that thruster. So that thruster is basically what's controlling the bow. It's holding us into the weather. It's holding the nose of the boat into the weather. Doing the same job of what you would get with one of your electric motors. The cost of doing this doesn't actually end up a great deal of difference between putting an electric. By the time these days you're doing your lithium, particularly self-deploy stuff, which has proven not to be overly reliable lately. The fact that if you don't have a self-deploy, you've got to come up through the hatch. If you're in big weather, you're getting water through that hatch when you're up there. We've had plenty of customers that have had waves come over the front, basically fill all their cabins full of water. Not a real cool experience. With this new YF76, you're a little bit limited in your walking space to get around the side of the boat. So getting up the front's not as easy as what it was or what it can be. So this to me is the solution. And we've just proven again with both of these boats how well it works and how easy it is to work. It is such a cool idea. Please come and talk to us. Give us a call at Bay City Marine. Happy to explain it, happy to go through it. Again, here's the 76, there's the 70. We've got coming really soon another one of our twin rigs, the twin 200s on this one. It's going to be an epic build. It's in the workshop at the moment getting done. It's not going to be far away and it's going to be finished. So keep an eye out, look forward to it. Thanks guys, we'll catch up later.